Well, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you got a little rain where you are this morning, but nonetheless, rain, sleet, snow, or hail, we move on, and this is Pickup Lines presented by Gamez Law Firm, Integrity Roofing and Siding, and the Sabinal Group. We are inside the Lexus RZ 450e, courtesy of North Park Lexus of San Antonio and North Park Lexus at Dominion. And I'm here once again. This is the third episode in a series of shows I've done with Triumph Public High Schools, and I'm here with the newly crowned principal of the San Antonio campus, Dr. Geneva Salinas. And some people aren't going to like this because we're already going to talk about next school year.
Yes.
In the fall. And they're like, hey, hold up a minute. We're just going to finish this one and get to summer.
Yes.
But for very good reasons, you're already very focused on next fall.
We are focused. We are planning. We're getting ready. For the first day of school, it's going to be August 12th. This coming school year, so we're super excited and can't wait. We've been giving tours of our school and welcoming families in to come take a look at our campus.
So let's set the scene here, because again, I've had Triumph on before. We had your superintendent on with us the first time. Then we had Mr. Quintero, a fabulous welding instructor. He came all the way from Laredo. That was on the day of the solar eclipse, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And had a huge audience and a huge following. So shout out to everybody in the Valley who might be watching this morning, because part of what's that you have with Triumph Public High Schools is it's headquartered in San Antonio.
Correct.
But you have campuses
all over
it's probably
Texas.
like close to a dozen campuses now, right?
Yes.
Literally all over the state.
Yes, so we have 9 campuses currently. We are opening 2 this coming school year.
Right.
1 in Abilene and 1 right here in San Antonio.
So the question I have is this: if you've been around for 25 years and you're headquartered in San Antonio and you're obviously doing something right because you're growing,
yes.
Why has it taken this long to get a campus right here in the Alamo City?
They're really excited about doing that this year because you're right. They have been working at a central office here. It is a different community. We are really trying to market our campus here. San Antonio has just grown so much.
Yeah.
So really getting the word out there, and we think now there's not a better time than now to start our school here in San Antonio.
Right. So many high schools in San Antonio, more continue to be built, and as populations grow and parts of town expand. How do you explain what Triumph Public High School is compared to, I think we all know what a traditional high school setting is like. I've got a senior in high school right now. What makes you guys different?
So what really makes us different is we offer really small classroom sizes. We're a smaller campus. We understand that students may be facing some challenges and need more of that smaller environment.
Right.
So we're offering that, which is great. I think it's a real big need for our students and families here in San Antonio to offer more of a smaller setting to meet their individual needs. Also, another thing that sets us apart is the flexible scheduling. Mm-hmm. So what that is students and parents can choose whether the student comes from 8 to 12 or 12 to 4 and earn a high school diploma, which we are accredited by TEA.
Yeah.
It is a high school diploma that they're getting, which will help them to pursue whatever their goals are, whether it's college, career, or military readiness. Yeah.
And so again, just to be clear, it's just like a traditional high school, but instead of like the first bell at 8:30 and you get out at 2:45 or 3:15, you've got that flexibility.
Yes.
Yeah. Really cool. Okay. So you born and raised in San Antonio?
Born and raised here in San Antonio. Have lived here my whole life. I don't think that I could live anywhere else. I really can't. We moved from one side of town to another side of town, and I felt like I was in a whole different environment. But I love San Antonio. I don't think I can move anywhere else. Love it here.
I tell people I left once 20 years ago, and I said, no mas, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Where'd you go to high school?
So I went to Providence High School.
Oh, you're a Providence.
I am a Providence.
Okay.
Yes, so super proud of that. Grew up on the southeast side of San Antonio.
Okay.
Many of my friends went to Highlands High School. My husband went to Highlands High School.
Very good.
So yeah, I've been here in San Antonio my whole life, like I said, and I don't think I could go anywhere else.
Yeah, no, I get it. There's something about this place.
Yes.
And as I learn more about education and charter schools and what's happening here, I see the hard work that you guys are doing, and I mean, you're putting in hours right now.
Yes.
As most people are winding down and like getting ready for summer break. I was just inside because the campus is. So we're right here. Like essentially, it's 735 Fredericksburg. It's I-10 is not too far away from here. But this is literally your campus.
Yes.
Right here.
My campus right here next to Central Office. We are just northwest of downtown San Antonio, on Fredericksburg and 10.
Very convenient location.
Yes.
So, did you come from a family of educators?
No. Actually, I'm one of the first in my family to get a college degree. So,
and multiple. I mean,
yes,
you kept going.
Yes, it's been kind of like our generation. Mine and my cousins, we're all, working towards getting our degrees. Some of us have our degrees already. For my grandparents, it was more of, surviving and working. And, so then my parents, my dad has some college,
Right.
we, for them, it was just get that high school diploma. I come from a very hardworking, loving, caring, supportive family.
Right.
And so we've seen the challenges, through our generations, but now I feel just so blessed to have the support of my family and the community, my parents, my grandparents, my husband, my children, to be able to achieve, getting a degree. So, I just got my doctorate degree this past year, so I'm really proud of that. It was a personal goal for myself.
Good for you. I didn't realize it had been so recent. So you went to Our Lady of the Lake, right?
Yes, a graduate of Our Lady of the Lake University. I have 2 degrees from there, and then also 2 degrees from Lamar University. So
the wall is covered with degrees all over the place, is what you're saying.
I love school. For me, it's more of just, I truly am a lifelong learner. And, learning hasn't, always been easy for me. I always, I would read a script and I'm like, okay, hold on, I got to reread that because, either I'm thinking of something else, but I had to learn how to learn.
Right.
So, and that's what I tell my children and, my students. It's like, it's a skill. You have to learn how to learn. And it doesn't come easy for a lot of people.
Listen, I brag on my late mother whenever I can because I'm hearing you and I sense some similarities. She was a lifelong educator, administrator, and everything, and then she went back and got her master's and her doctorate in her late 40s, early 50s, and ultimately she passed away. But the point is to do that, to go back, and do that with kids, with a husband, a family, and everything. And that is next level commitment that I still have a hard time comprehending sometimes.
Yes. And the first degree for me was probably the most challenging, to get my bachelor's.
Yeah.
That one took me the longest because, I was working, had my family, and I just kept going. Like I just kept going and I wasn't going to let it beat me. I was like, I'm going to get this. So I found it like a challenge. You know?
And you put in the hours whenever you can.
Put in
and you
the
study
hours.
Probably when the kids go to bed. And
Kids go to
Oh
bed. That's when I would study. And just little steps. And that's what I want to share with my students is that regardless of challenges, financial challenges, you can still do it. If you, persevere, are determined, take those baby steps because they matter. You will get there.
I always say there are resources. I mean, this building is proof that there are resources for people if you've fallen on hard times or the finances are an issue, or like you said, you're working 1 or 2 jobs and you just need that flexibility. Triumph Public, and the website, by the way, is triumphpublicschools.org. Triumphpublicschools.org. So you had a pretty crazy last year or so. You said you got your doctorate, and then you just got hired here just a few months ago.
January.
Right. You were at St. Matthew's?
I was at St. Matthew's for 4 years. Wonderful community.
Is that the one on Wurzbach?
Wurzbach and 10.
With Father Eric?
With Father Eric and Father Dennis.
Father Eric Ritter, one of my favorite human beings on earth. So you were in that private school setting.
Yes.
Doing your thing with the little kids. I was just there with Ray Feo not too long ago. But you got the call, or Triumph came into your life. You saw that. What was it about the setup and this opportunity that you decided to leave St. Matthew's for this?
For me, it was being able to support students wherever they're at. This is the first time that I'm getting the opportunity, and I'm very thankful to Mrs. Johnson and the district office staff for giving me this opportunity to work at a high school, because I've never done high school before.
Right.
So I was a principal at elementary, worked there, and then I got the opportunity at St. Matthew to work with middle school. And it was different because I was at a Title I campus at a public school, ISD. So then I was able to learn private school.
Right.
So I was very blessed with the opportunity to work at St. Matthew. Was hired by Father Dennis, who's amazing.
Sure.
And, learn the private school and Catholic school. And since I went to Providence, there was the connection there. And then I got this opportunity to work with high school. So I was like, wow. And then it's here in San Antonio, first school here, being able to support all students regardless of where they're at. If it's that they need to catch up on credits, is it that, maybe they need a flexible schedule. I just thought this would be amazing. And I'm very proud and grateful to be able to start the school brand new.
Yeah. Got that new school smell still and everything.
Yes.
No, it's really cool. And again, we're right off of I-10 in Fredericksburg here, and you were talking about first day is August 12th.
Yes.
And you've got a lot of things before that, some open houses and opportunities for people if they're not familiar with Triumph Public High Schools or what this is or why it's different and why it might work. You guys are hosting, I know, a couple of events. The first one here on June 22nd.
Yes, that's correct. It's going to be June 22nd, and we want to invite the community. It's going to be a cultural community event, lots of fun, kind of a little mini fiesta.
Love it.
We're going to have a DJ and vendors and many of our partners that we're working with to come out, and we want to give a tour of the school. We want the community to see that we are here and we are ready to serve.
So I went to private school as well, so we know in Providence, it's a smaller community, so I think this is very relatable, and I think there are a lot of advantages to being just physically, it's not an overwhelming space. It's a small, intimate space.
Yes. So I love that. So I'm looking forward to giving, the community that opportunity because with COVID and everything, there's lots of students who maybe just don't feel comfortable in such a large environment and would prefer to be in that smaller setting. So very much like private school, Providence, very small classes and
without the private school tuition. Exactly. I mean, let's just say,
because this is free. It is a free public school.
A lot of people, that's their favorite four-letter word. And I think it's worth repeating because, again, some people might hear charter schools or they hear whatever and they think, oh, I could never afford that. I can't. That's just not. I'd love to, but I can't. I don't have the money.
Yes.
Not an issue here.
Not an issue here.
Now, enrollment-wise, it's already underway? Or if somebody sees this and says, yes, I like that, I want that, are you guys actively enrolling still?
Yes. They can go to our website. They can also go to iwilltriumph.org. That will take them to our enrollment application. Yeah. It's a really short questionnaire. They complete that, and then we will contact them and invite them to come see our school, help them with the enrollment information. We're going to make it as simple as possible for them.
I like it. What's ultimately the student body size you think will be about what?
Our goal right now is 100. So we are going to start small. We have a 3-level building, so we have so much room to grow.
It's got cool architecture too, and everything. I mean, if you just come see the building, it's got a cool factor to it.
It's really cool, So we can see how maybe moving forward, and I really want to see what the students' interests are. Maybe having photography or an art class. So we are looking at after school programs to gain our students' interest, but we really want to base it on what they like to do. So we are going to do student surveys and find out what their interests are.
When I had Mr. Quintero in here, he's the welding instructor, and we were talking about trades. And I think welding is eventually hopefully going to make its way here to the San Antonio campus.
Yes.
It's very big in the valley right now.
It's huge.
But just talking about how how often do you think of welding or welders, and he was talking about just like the car we're sitting in or the street that you drive on.
Yes.
Everywhere you look, there can be an impact there. And those are the things that you're ultimately wanting to teach here.
Yes, so we're going to be offering welding, an introduction to welding. So the teachers and students will be able to remote in to some of those other campuses. So that way they get that introduction
Yeah.
to welding. Also, introduction to IT. So we're looking at, IT is huge. We want to be able to offer that to our students. Even social media marketing. So there will be a class on social media marketing.
Can I take that? Can I come?
Sure.
Can I just drop in one day? Can always use some help. I would have loved that class 30 years ago, but then again, social media wasn't even around then. So, but I am glad. Selfishly, I'm biased. I'm glad you're teaching those kinds of things.
Yes.
Because I think like this is not going away anytime soon.
No. And what's also good about our school, Ernie, is that we also support all students if there are special education needs,
Right.
Bilingual services. We support all students, regardless of any needs that they may have. We can help them.
I would encourage parents again, and maybe your child is in a campus right now that is just not a great fit.
Yes.
You're wrapping up the school year and thinking, maybe it is time for a change. Now, in terms of grade levels, I mean, it's a high school, so it's
high school.
9 through 12.
9 through 12. So most of our students are 14 to 21. We can go up to 26.
And you're talking about and you say 20 because people are like, wait a minute, 26-year-old high school senior.
Mm-hmm.
But these are kids in some cases that maybe didn't finish their traditional high school or just life happens.
Yes, life happens. They need to come back, get some credits. Maybe they're missing some credits.
Just a few credits.
Credits. Now, of course, we do have to keep the older students separate from the younger ones.
Okay.
They will be in different classes, but we want to be able to support those individuals who maybe just need a few credits and want to come back and get that high school diploma.
What's been the most, again, you've been on the job for 6 months now, 6 months or so. What's been the most surprising or exciting thing that's happened to you so far?
The most exciting thing that's happened is working with the staff.
Yeah.
Just seeing their dedication to students. That is what I love about my job. And then also being able to hire. Right now we're hiring all our new staff.
Right.
So just seeing their excitement, their willingness to learn and, do what's best for students in the community.
I did see some job postings on the website, by the way. So if you are in the market for a job right now, triumphpublicschools.org, because yes, as in any case, when you open a new school, you got positions to fill.
Yes, we have positions to fill, but we're doing really good. We're moving along with that, and now it's getting the students resources ready.
Yes.
We got new desks, so those look awesome. We got new desks, new chairs. We have technology. We got Chromebooks. So students will get Chromebooks.
See, that's what I think is cool because you look at the building, and the building's been around for a long time, obviously. But it's got that beautiful architecture, and you go inside, and the equipment, it's like I literally said, it's all new, current, modern
stuff. Very cool looking.
It's very cool in there. So you got, if nothing else, just come see the building, come see the campus and everything. In 735 Fredericksburg Road, it's the Woodlawn Avenue neighborhood, not too far from I-10, and so it's actually, just geographically speaking, you're in a pretty convenient location.
Yes, we're really close to San Antonio College. We're also working on a partnership with them to offer some courses, so we're excited about that. So we're very nicely located here in San Antonio.
I like it. Okay, this is Dr. Geneva Salinas. She's the principal of the San Antonio campus for Triumph Public High Schools. They've got campuses all over the state. Again, we talked about Laredo last time we were here. You're opening up one in Abilene as well, simultaneously to what you're doing right now. So you've got a counterpart in Abilene right now that's doing all this as well. I hope you will get some downtime this summer.
Yes, so just a little bit. But, I mean, for me, this is fun.
Okay.
We're planning these summer events and we're meeting families, so that is fun for me.
Okay, good. And the event, June 22nd, it's like a mini little fiesta, open house, come see everybody, meet everybody type situation, June 22nd on a Saturday, if you want to mark that down in your calendar.
Yes.
All right, so we have a show and tell portion of the program, and I see you have brought something with you today.
Yes, I did.
So what do we have here?
Okay, so this is something that I had it was my goal to get my doctorate degree, so this is my dissertation.
I thought I recognized that, and so I'm going to show people the spine here, because this is the title, and it's a mouthful. But you tell us, what is this?
It is parents' perceptions of parental involvement and socioeconomic status, and how that impacts student success. So for me, that's very meaningful because I think that it doesn't matter where students come from socioeconomically, whether parents can be involved. Some parents are very limited in their time. Maybe they have to work and cannot be involved for whatever reason, but students still can be successful.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter where you're from, or you can do it. You know, so I did a study on that, and I completed my doctorate degree. And also another thing that's meaningful to me is the support of my family that I've had. And this is just a photo of them.
Let's show them off. Let's give them some love. There they are. I'm covering up your face a little bit so we can see everybody.
So they all drove to my graduation, so I'm very thankful to have them in my lives.
I love it. I love it. Listen, I remember when my mother did hers, and to finish this, I remember that day vividly. And that is like winning the lottery and the Super Bowl and everything at one time, right? When you do that, when you finish that.
Yeah.
Good for you. I'm so happy for you. That's great. So again, we're talking with Dr. Geneva Salinas here. A few more minutes. So she's the principal here at Triumph Public High School's the San Antonio campus. Again, we've said, you know, this has been around for 25 years, and they have done amazing work all over the state. And at long last, San Antonio has a campus.
Yes. Yes.
And
then
you will
being from here in San Antonio, I'm very proud to be part of Triumph and be able to at the same time help our community and offer this educational option for them.
Yeah, this is great. You know, I always meet, when I meet Providence grads, they're always doing good stuff. And I know you guys are close.
Yes.
And you stay in touch and you help each other out. So I would imagine you've heard from some of your classmates.
Oh, yes. My Providence sisters out there. Yes.
Yeah. And I remember when I went to their campus one time, they have an amazing TV studio. They do this stuff very well.
Yes, they do. Yes.
No, I'm not kidding. I know. I always remember that. So for people who are just now joining us, again, what would you like them to know about Triumph Public High School? If you're like your elevator pitch, if you will, how you explained it earlier, but what ultimately would you want their takeaway to be just from watching what you're doing here?
I want them to know that here at Triumph Public High Schools, we help all students regardless of their background, where they're at. We are here to help them obtain that high school diploma and prepare for college, career, or military readiness.
Yeah.
We are going to serve our students and meet them where they're at.
And you do it at their pace.
At their pace, exactly.
Right. Because, you know, some people, let's face it, need a little bit more time.
Yep.
And there's not that, like, you know, like looking at your watch, like, okay, you got 5 minutes to finish, or you got to do it by next week or whatever. That's what's so, I mean, a lot of parents are going to love that.
Yes, the small classroom sizes, the flexible scheduling. They can come for 4 hours, get that high school diploma, or they can come full day and, you know, obtain it a little faster. So it's really, truly at their pace.
Yeah. So August 12th is opening day, if you will, and it might seem like a long time from now, but how much have you had a chance to think about that day and what that day will be like for you?
I'm excited. I'm excited for August 12th to welcome our students and families into our campus. I know the teachers that we've already hired are already planning and getting ready for the start of the school year. Yeah,
it's exciting. And again, I mean, she said it earlier. You heard correctly. It's free. It's tuition free. A public charter high school with multiple campuses around Texas. But again, they've got one here in San Antonio now. And again, we're right off of Fredericksburg near I-10. And so hopefully parents will watch this and realize, you know what, that sounds like it might be a good fit for my child. A high school age child, obviously. TriumphPublicSchools.org. I guess the last thing, or one of the last things I wanted to ask was in terms of providing the traditional high school environment and the setting, in terms of like extracurriculars and those kinds of things, sports or whatever. Can kids do that here?
Yes, they will be able to. When we bring the students on board, we are really going to look at what their interests are. And we are going to look at having some after-school activities, some programs. We're partnering, looking at partnering with other organizations who would be able to come in and support students' interests.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so again, they get the experience. They get the traditional experience. And it'll go. You follow like a typical school calendar, like with one of the districts, or
yes, we will. Our calendar is very closely mirrors Northside.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Well, I'm thrilled for you. I've enjoyed, like I said, this is the third episode I've done with Triumph, and I know your superintendent is traveling today, but when I got to meet her and just find out about what what is this Triumph? What is it all about? And I had heard that the campus was coming, and now you're here.
Yes.
And so it's getting TriumphPublicHighSchools.org. The principal is Dr. Geneva Salinas. The address is 735 Fredericksburg Road. If you'd like more information, their event is June 22nd at Mini Fiesta. Bring your medals and your sombrero and your confetti, whatever, your cascarones left over from Fiesta.
Yes.
It'll be a lot of fun. I'm thrilled for you guys. I'll be thinking about you for sure on August 12th, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Ernie.
So nice to see you, Dr. Geneva Salinas. All right, there you have it. Another episode of Pickup Lines presented by Gamez Law Firm, Integrity Roofing and Siding, and the Sabinal Group. We'll be back again very soon. Have a fantastic day. And what's your mascot here?
We're going to get to come up with one.
Oh, I was going to say go.
The Torchies.
Torchies. Okay. We got to figure that out.
Yes, we do.
Okay, one more thing to put on your list. Go Triumph. Again, TriumphPublicSchools.org. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.